Alright, so this lesson it's actually the final portion of a lecture that is by several group students. My name is Jacob Westveer. So what I'm going to be doing here, our target audience is 4th and 5th grade immigrants in the U.S., students novice high about is the proficiency we're aiming at. So this lesson as a whole, some of the objectives we're working on is we're using the going to structure for future tense explaining what they're going to do. And we are also identifying vocabulary related to road trip and travel destinations. That's the unit theme is road trip. So that's a lot of the vocab we're working here with. This is a vocab activity and a cool down. That's the portion I'm running. So the instruction and discussion would have happened prior to this. All right. All right, class, are we ready to go? So we are going to do an activity. I am going to. Remember going to? So you can say together. Going to. All right. So what we're going to do is we are practicing the vocabulary that Meg just taught. So we're going to get into groups of 2 or 3. So just together, you 3 together, you 2, 2 and 2. And then we will have cards that I will pass out. These are information about a city on something that we have discussed to visit, to explore. And you are going to describe, whoever takes one card, one partner is going to take a card and describe on the city where they are going to visit. They cannot say the name. You cannot say the name of the city. So you are going to describe details that you will see listed that are here. All right. The second person, the other person, or the other 2, they are going to guess which city is it of the places we have talked about today. Does everyone understand?
Yes.
All right. So, for an example, for me, Nashville. Nashville is a city with a lot of music. Nashville, there is not a beach in Nashville, but there is a river. So something I could say is, I am going to visit a city with a lot of music. So, I'm going to write this out. No, maybe not. If I had a marker, I would write out.
Here's one. He's ready. That'd be great.
I am going to visit a city with a lot of music. So you could say that, or you could say, let's read this together. I am going to visit a city with a lot of music. So that's a very long sentence, yes, but it's good, it's good. So, you could also say, I am going to visit the river in this city. So you could say one of these 2 things, maybe. So, is everyone under any questions before I pass the papers out? All right. So, we're going to give papers here, and then you 3 can get together. So, you can Claire, so for example, Claire or, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Cam or Hannah or Macy, you can talk and guess the city, or the others will guess what city. So, you can go ahead and go.
I'm going to city that has a lot of one of those is are you going to New York? Yes. Has a lot of taxis. I'm going to a city with taxis.
I am going to a city that has very cool.
Are you going to Florida? Yes.
So in this situation, I would let the students discuss, go through the cards. If I knew any students were doing particularly better, I would ask them to maybe say something more complex, say multiple sentences to explain where they were going, whereas sentences less would only have to do one or a shorter phrase. And then I'm gonna bring them back together. All right, class? Class, can we get back? All right. How was that? Was that good? Do we have any questions? No? No? All right. So, thank you. Does anyone want to volunteer to do this in front of the class? To just come up and read and have the class guess? Macy? All right. Yeah, Macy. All right, pick a card. Any card? All right. Here you go, Macy. You remember I am going to visit?
I am going to visit a state.
Oh yes, North Carolina. Very good. Very good.
Yay. I'm going to visit a state that has a lot of forests. I'm going to visit a state that has very rainy weather. I'm going to visit a state that's the second place on our road trip.
All right. Does anyone have any guesses? Ashley.
North Carolina.
Very good. All right. So good job, everyone. So now we are at the last activity of the day. We're going to match vocabulary, to put it together, where it goes. So, what we are going to do, does everyone know the word match? So, match is to put it together and say what is here, what is correct here to match. So, what we are going to do is do same groups. We are going to have a list of these new words. And you decide what category, what matches the words will have in terms of where they will go. We will have little clips that will say road trip, Florida, North Carolina, or New York. And you will have to match the vocabulary to those types. All right? You good?
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. This here. Not here. All right. All right. Some personality.
Map with the road trip. Visit road trip. Travel road trip. Downtown New York City forest.
Go see one on the activity.
North Carolina's forest. Yeah.
Taxi.
Downtown.
Pack. Road trip. Travel. Road trip.
All right. So everyone, for the vocabulary, we have the first section, road trip. Courtney and, oh my gosh, I'm terrible. Claire, thank you. What do you guys have? Two words from road trip.
From road trip, suitcase and map.
Suitcase and map. All right. Did you have more?
Pack
Okay.
and travel.
Pack and travel. And there was one more. Pack,
Visit.
travel, visit. Yes. So visit can be any city. Remember? All right. So what about taxi? Where does that go?
New York City.
New York City. Very good. And what is the other New York City? Claire. Downtown. All right. And so forest is with North Carolina and beach is with Florida. Did you all get that?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Good job, everyone.
Yay, team.
Thank you.
Good job, Jacob.